Hi, Kendria. Just gonna go over your your week 3 images this week. Um, okay, so yes, I will send you that tutorial. I'll try to give you the link for that tonight if I can. Um, about cleaning things up. Okay, so again, you're all taken on vacation, okay, and you brought your 50 millimeter. I like almost always shoot with my 50 millimeters, so you don't have to be um, tied to any certain lens, or feel like you have to get something else. If you like your 50 millimeter, then stick with it. I feel like it's a good practice to try different lenses just to see how, um, you know, you might like it, you might not. It makes a difference, and it makes a difference especially before you buy it. Like I always rent it out before I decide what I'm gonna buy. So, anyways, side tangent there. Okay, so this first shot. Okay, so I love this. I really, really like the angle. I like how she's positioned. I even love kind of just this sweetness in her face and her finger in her mouth. It's cute. Now you said you added a little sun flare and haze onto this picture. I would love to see the straight out of camera shot of this because it is quite yellow and orange. And I don't know if that's the sun flare and haze that you added to it, or if maybe that's what you already kind of had in your shot and it's just made it more yellow and orange. Because as far as balancing it, like if if that was if that was a problem to begin with, then yeah, it could be something that you could sort out with your color balance. But it also could just be maybe the action that you used. So I'd love to see that because yeah, it's definitely too yellow and too orange. At least for my liking. I mean, it looks like very 70s, like it was taken in the 70s because of the coloring in it. But my personal, this is me because there's so many photographers and everybody has their own opinion about what they want. But I went through a phase where things were quite yellow. In fact, I'm sure some of your images I shot were yellow, where I really liked that sort of yellowy look to it, but it was very trendy. So, like my own like again, my own personal opinion is that there's certainly nothing wrong with kind of going with trends, but really dialing them back because at the end of the day, you want it to remain classic. You want the images to like last the test of time. So that's just my 2 cents on that. Again, another side tangent. I like it. It looks like it's pretty well in focus. It would have been if you would have upped your shutter speed a little bit more. And definitely, I know you asked the question on this next shot of your son. Yeah, you don't want to go. In fact, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't even go under 250. 200 would be pushing it. So, yeah, definitely keep your shutter speed above 200 or 250. Because yes, they will be blurry. Oops. Okay, and so in this one, you said you wish that his face was more in focus. I I like the shot. Again, it's a little bit snapshotty. This would have been like great if you had maybe come down just a little bit further so that we could see more of his face. Because at this point we're just getting part of his eye, his eyelashes, a little bit of his lips. We're not seeing much, in that. This is more of what I call an extra photo, where it's something that you would put as an extra, like an album filler, because there's not much going on really. So if you had maybe, I don't know if you were standing, like if you had gotten down a little bit more to his level, and shot it, you could still shoot up, but have gotten a little bit more in, if that makes sense. I like the simplistic editing here, really great. I don't think he looks like his face looks that out of focus, but again, it's hard for me to tell on these web images. So, but yeah, if you just dropped down a touch, I think that would have made it like so much better. So yeah, there we go. There we go on that one. And then I love this shot. This is really great. I kind of like this whole morning thing. I love the kind of like bedhead she's got going on with the hair in her face, and I love her face in it. Like I love how kind of just, you know, she looks like she's in the thought process. As far as like crispness, you know, and contrast, yeah, you can do that in editing for sure. It's really, really good to have a nice sharpening action. My favorite is with Totally Rad Actions, and their stuff is worth the buy. And they have an action in one of their packs called Slice Like a Ninja, and it's like the best sharpening action that I've got. I love it, and I use it all the time. And that does kind of tighten things up a little bit. They also have another action called Oh Snap, and that also works. Again, you kind of have to play around with actions. You can't just kind of like lay them on and that's it. You really kind of have to find a feel for it, and it's good to kind of tear apart an action as well to see how it works, so that you know what to do. If that makes any sense, because all images from cameras don't come out with that sort of tightness. I guess, yes, they could come out sharp, and I don't think it looks like it's that unsharp, especially for where you're at on your settings. This is definitely 125. You're not going to get super crisp. And I realize, you're inside, you're trying to get the maximum out of the light, and that is the sort of travails of working indoors. So for me, and this is my opinion, I get really funny about colors inside, and this is dark to me, and I know that once I started editing and using my actions, that this is gonna get heavier. So I just did a black and white version just so you could see what it looks like. Because I love the moodiness of it. There is this kind of dark patch here, which we don't love, but it still focuses on her. And that's kind of the bonus of working with, using black and white, is that it really puts that focus on the subject versus everything else going on. Like if I'd edited it, this, like I said, this would have gotten heightened, and then it would have kind of detracted from her. So yeah, a black and white, it could have been awesome. I mean, I think you could still do, a color edit on her, and it would be fine as well. But these are great images. These are great, and I think each week I just see that they're better and better. So fabulous job, and I'm looking forward to your last week next week. I will send that tutorial on to you as soon as possible. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much, Kendria. Bye.